Wouldn't it be nice if you had all the people you needed to be able to offer your customers the rich, personalized engagement that would give your business a big competitive advantage? Well, you probably don't. So, Mike Seymour, Professors Dan Lovallo, Kai Riemer, Alan Dennis, and Assistant Professor Lingyao Yuan want you to consider ChatGPT with eyebrows. Let's play.
How brilliant is it?
And for anybody who hasn't read it, we're talking about AI with the human face from the March 2023 issue of Harvard Business Review. Now, in it, the authors explain that AI technology has gotten to the point where you can put a human face on it and use that digital human to help your customers in a way that might come reasonably close to what they would get if they were talking to an actual human. Now, to start, Mike, Dan, Kai, Alan, and Ivy, I hope you guys don't mind me calling you by your first names. You guys made a bold choice here. Most articles spend a good chunk of the beginning talking about the problem and its impact before they get into the solution, but not you. No, you spent a mere 133 words doing a quick recap on how hard it can be for companies to have the staffing that would be required to offer personalized engagement to everyone. And then boom, just like that, we're talking about the solution. In this case, since everyone pretty much already understands the challenges of staffing, I think that allocating more of your article real estate to the solution was a good call. Now, the more I looked at this, the more I realized that this article was pretty much a success in 4 acts. In Act 1, you spend the first quarter or so of the article explaining what digital humans are and what they can do. And then with that stage set, then we get into Act 2, where you have the 4 questions that you offer readers so that they can know if using digital humans is right for them. And the 4 questions that you ask are straightforward enough, but you sweetened the deal by putting them in a sidebar so that readers could visualize the questions, which I really liked. I really love solutions that include qualifying questions. Act 3 is where you get into the 4 types of digital humans and the roles for each of them. They've got a nice little chart of it too to make it clearer. Your last act, as I'm calling them, covers the tips for designing digital humans. And it's here where you offer the readers the tips they need to make sure that their digital humans don't come off as fake or unrelatable to the customers, which would of course make them pretty much ineffective. And for those of us that aren't quite familiar with this technology, the examples you included to illustrate the solution throughout were really good. The only real strike on the article is your close. Memo to Harvard Business Review authors. Using the last 100 or so words of your article, 91 of them in your case, to summarize it is not a good closing technique. I see this a lot, and it's crazy to me because I just don't think that any of your readers are jumping to the end of the article to see what it's about. There's a perfectly good summary at the end of every issue. Instead, as I've said before, I suggest saving your most compelling point or thought-provoking question for the reader for those final few words so that you can end your article with a bang and something that keeps it in the mind of the reader as they go through the rest of their day. Sorry for the rant, there's no points off, but I just see this again and again and I just don't get it. Based on the latest scoring sheet, you guys got yourselves a 7 on this. And keep in mind that the average score for these articles is a little bit over a 6. Now, an article needs to score at a 9 or a 10 for the authors to be candidates for the HBII list, but that does not mean that this is not a great article. And I would like to thank Mike, Dan, Kai, Alan, and Ivy for writing it and sharing their solution with us. If any of you or any viewers have any questions about this video, of course, you can leave a comment below or use the email link in the description. And as usual, there's a link in the description to the article itself, as well as the scoring sheet template, if you want to see what your score for these articles would be. Well, that wraps it up for this one. I'm Professor Jeffy. Thanks for watching, and have a great day. But in this case, and I would like to thank Mike, Dan, Alan, Ivy, and Kai